Hello, I'm Wayne Cooper from High Outdoor Properties, and we're joined today by Bill Peniston from Heartland Wildlife Institute. How you doing, Bill?
I'm doing great, Wayne.
Good.
Sitting here in a really nice spot here too, because we're right on the transition zone between a recent clear cut, about 6-7-year-old clear cut, and a very mature timber stand immediately next to it. So it's a great example of what clear cutting and timber harvesting can do to enhance wildlife habitat.
Fantastic.
But one of the things we talked about earlier was the misconceptions that we have, and what do clear cuts really do? Keep remembering, they just regenerate. It is a regeneration, it's a natural process of regeneration. The only thing unnatural is that it's a man-induced regeneration. But it would be no different than a lightning strike that burned a big chunk of timber down, or a disease that came through, or a blowdown that blew it down. Only in this case, we're taking advantage of a renewable natural resource. That wood is transformed into all the products that you and I use daily in our lives. But more importantly for us, we're talking about wildlife and the purposes to wildlife. Just by looking over your shoulder here, Wayne, you can see how thick and dense this new growth is. And it's very diverse. Everything from plants that they utilize for cover, plants that they eat, plants that they just use for nesting materials. And I'm not talking just deer. We're talking about all the native wildlife that live here in the Midwest. Virtually all of them thrive on transition zones and on diversity of habitats. And unfortunately, if we don't timber harvest, since we don't have a lot of forest fires here, and the disease factors aren't huge, not necessarily even a lot of blowdowns, that's our only way to create these transitions, is to do things like that. And I know sometimes that's painful to people who just like seeing big trees. But what you like seeing and what the wildlife really thrive on often are two different things. So, as an example, we could bring a customer or anybody to a place like this, and this can really show you just how valuable that is. And I assure you, within 100 yards of here, 75 yards of here, there are deer bedded in that right now. And that's kind of what we're trying to do.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.